Here we are at the Fortress, where the Tri-State Titans will try to topple the Carolina Bassmasters in tonight's third of 4 matches here on the SPL Network. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Darth Haxil. We're in for a good one here tonight between two teams that want the win more than anything. They're starting off the season strong. They're starting off the season hopeful. Which team's going to walk away with the win here tonight? That's up for debate. But to get you started, let's take a look at the rosters that'll be on the ice here for tonight. For the Carolina Bassmasters, they've been in the league for quite some time, dipping their toes in and out as players to the pro division. Big Trout, Chris LOL, Haliokel, Jax, Pierre. Possible lineups for the boys on the ice in the teal. Looks like it's going to be Chris, Jax, and Pierre to start off the season. And on the other side of the ice, they do have both subs if they need to use them. Last time I remember watching the Bassmasters play, they cycle in and out players pretty fast, not frivolously. What's the opposite of frivolous? They do it a lot. But Tri-State going to be out there with Slippin' Johnny, Above Average Joe, and Mullen Coffee. 3 players that I've really enjoyed watching over the seasons here in the Slapshot Premier League. I believe this is all 3 of their inaugural seasons going into tonight. Slippin' Johnny already playing 1 game for the Tri-State Titans. He has 3 goals during that match with 6 points. Keep an eye on him as the captain. Above Average Joe also having 3 points along with his 2 goals for the offensive efforts. And then Tri-State on defense really hasn't done a whole lot. Nobody really sticking out in the saves column for Tri-State. Of course, their first game of the season, going back a little bit, was against the Superstars with a 5-6 victory there. And there wasn't a lot of shots from both sides of the ice. Most shots that hit the net were going in. Tri-State, of course, having the majority with 14 shots compared to Shinekni having 7. So a 14-7 shot difference. They're an offensively minded team. We'll see if their defense is tested here tonight against a team like Carolina. Carolina looking to get another win on the board here tonight. And we'll see if they can do that. They have 1 win on the board so far here in Season 16. They took out the New England Stars 12-10 earlier this season. That, of course, is Sai, Chaos, and Keeley. Keep an eye on Cherries. Or, not Cherries. Keep an eye on Chris LOL. He scored 6 of the team's 12 goals during that match. Played all 3 periods. Pierre only played 2. He has 4. So, technically, they're about the same when it goes period-for-period statistics. Both of them going to be on the ice to start this game. Chris, most likely going to be playing a defensive role, but Jax, I would not be surprised if Jax is the defenseman whenever it comes down to like the nitty-gritty of the statistics. Taking a look at the stats before you get into this one. Some of the games from today are missing, but the vast majority of the results are on the board right now. That doesn't look quite right. Can we get a refresh on that? Thank you, production. Right, we have a handful of games played so far here in the first week. Carolina Bassmasters right now in a 4-way tie for first place with Tri-State that they are playing tonight. Atlanta able to find a way to knock a game off the Philadelphia Fantasy earlier at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And there they sit. That's our 4-way tie for first place. 4 teams not playing a game quite yet. And we'll see how the rest of week 1 shakes out. But as soon as the players are ready, we'll get this one down on the ice and underway. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Tri-State, Carolina, gonna be a fun one to watch. These are teams that I feel like should probably make playoffs. I know Carolina for sure. Tri-State feels more like a fringe playoff team. To me, that's my viewpoint as before the season starts. I haven't seen these men take to the ice since I feel like season 4. They have not been around that long, but that's how it feels to me. I don't judge my life in years. I judge them in amount of seasons I've survived in the Slapshot Premier League. That just feels like a more accurate time scale. I don't know. That's me. You're you. We each have our metrics. 6 players ready to rock. 6 players ready to roll. We're taking this one downtown here in Tri-State, where the Titans will defend the right side of your screen in the red. The Carolina Bassmasters defend the left side in the teal. The puck drop. The game is on and time is underway here tonight in our 3 periods of possible slapshot between these 2 teams. Above Average Joe looking for the centering feed. Not able to find his way at the Mullen Coffee. Chris LOL notorious for his defensive efforts. Bumped off the puck there. Mullen Coffee near side over to Joe. Joe with a backhand shot goes wide off the far side thanks to Jack's defensive efforts. Taking this one up is Pierre. Near side over to Chris. Mullen Coffee down low. Slippin' Johnny. Taking this one up. Looking down towards that near side of the ice. Backhand feed over to Mullen Coffee. Centering feed. Stopped there by Chris LOL. Slippin' Johnny deflects that one. Out at the red line. Jax, Chris, pulling, shooting, scoring, top shelf where you keep the peanut butter, and it's 1-0 Bassmasters. Great shot, great placement. Beautiful possession. And a great goal. Starting off on the right foot here. See if they can keep it up. Jax with a shot, defended wide there by Slippin' Johnny. Johnny down low, Mullen Coffee back to Johnny. Johnny with a backhand shot, stopped there by Jax. No save made, but he's going to get that one off the post. It's not even a goal. I thought for sure that was going in. Chris looking for the centering feed, not able to get it out past above average Joe. Chris out in front, goes through two bodies out to the far side point. That'll be sent down in favor of the Tri-State offense. Mullen Coffee there to thank for that one. Here's Jax with an out topside corner over to Pierre. Pierre, backhand, shooting. Oh, what a hard angle shot. If it just had a body to plink off of out in the crease, that was a short shot goal. Slipping Johnny, Mullen Coffee, topside shot made wide of the cage. Here's Jax with it now. Trying to corral that one to the near side wall. Nice try there by Joe to get it out in front. That one's going to go in. Oh, no. Oh, me, oh, my. Above average Joe, the last point of contact on this one. Going off Chris. Got a little bit too fancy with it. Misjudged where he was whenever he made that cut on the ice. Now just finds his way to the back of the net. Big bag of unfortunate there for the Carolina Bassmasters. They've scored 2 goals, but they're tied right now 1-1. Does that count as a shot? Does count as a shot. Slipping Johnny. Chris on the far side wall. Trying to pull this one out and away. Battle comes out to the hands of Joe. Johnny back on the defensive side, looks top side over to Joe, down in the corner. Backhand feed, stopped there by Pierre. Pierre off the backhand, stopped there by the hands of Slippin' Johnny. Chris takes up the mail, delivers it near side over to Jax. Jax, bank pass over to Pierre, back over to Jax. Jax here with it now, forehand pass over to Chris. Chris gets past one, backhand feed, goes off a body, and in it goes. Well, Lady Luck, Hockey God Jeremy, whatever you like to call the greater beings of the hockey world, they've leveled out the karma. One defense scores 1 goal, the other scores the other way. Just the way she goes. We're back dead even. What would be dead even karma-wise? 3 goals into it, 2-1 our score. Chris. For the long-distance shot, not able to find a connection. Joe, Mullen Coffee, back to Slippin' Johnny. Johnny here with it. Looking to break that one free. Mullen Coffee with a shot towards the net, not able to make that one on. That one hits the stick of Mullen Coffee, not able to send that one on target. Here goes off Mullen Coffee. Looks for above average Joe down low. Mullen Coffee getting a hand on that one. Above average Joe goes off the hands of Pierre over to Jax. Jax here for Carolina. Above average Joe back for Tri-State. Joe to Slippin' Johnny. Johnny not able to get that one past Chris over to Mullen Coffee as Jax gets a hand on that one. Chris LOL deflects that one into the O zone. Here's Slippin' Johnny with it now. Off the backhand, fed along the near side. Pierre getting a piece of that one. Coffee back pass over to Johnny in front. Joe tries his hand at it, not able to take contact. Mullen Coffee playing a bit of physicality against Chris LOL. Slippin' Johnny going corner to corner near side over to Mullen Coffee. Mullen Coffee here setting up for the Titans. Forehand backhand, not able to get it past Pierre. Pierre blinks that one off the defense. Over to the far side wall. Slippin' Johnny here, the lone man, the lone ranger with the puck. Stopped there by Pierre. Backhand feed goes down low to the O zone. Chris LOL gives pursuit. Chris looks topside for a passing lane to open up. Joe getting a hand on this one. Mullen Coffee helping Pierre out with his puck issue. He thinks he shouldn't have it. Jax fans on it. Or did he? Maybe that was part of the plan. Ooh, Joe off the near side wall. Throws that one off the corners to the far side. Pierre to Chris. Chris not able to get past Johnny. Mullen Coffee centering feed goes off the back of the face of Joe. Joe throws that one back down low, back over to Mullen Coffee. Mullen Coffee down low, goes off Jax in the corner. Joe to Coffee, down low to Joe yet again. Pulling this one out in front. Chris LOL getting a hand on this one for Carolina. Chris wants that far side lane, gets it through, even though everything about the body language of the defense in the back check said don't do it. Shot made, hits the post, goes wide. Good try there by Chris from the point. Slippin' Johnny from the red line to the blue. Pulling it back, throwing it topside. Joe here with it, back to the point. Slippin' Johnny with a shot. Chris was ready for that one. Stayed on the shot lane even before. It was a thing that you could see visually. 2-1 still our score. Carolina still on top. Here's Pierre with it now. Trying to force the efforts down into the O zone. Joe here with it. And that pass will send us into the first intermission. Carolina at 2. The Tri-State only at 1. Low shots, low goals. Only one save apiece out there on the ice. Kind of, not really. Carolina shooting 1,000. Tri-State being defended twice in their offensive efforts. Chris Lowell with both goals for Carolina. Above average Joe, the only goal for Tri-State. 6 players ready to rock. 6 players are ready to roll. We're back down on the ice. But the Titans will defend right side in the red. And the Bassmasters defend the left side in the teal. The puck drop, the game is on, and time yet again is underway. Here's Slippin' Johnny. Being passed off the wall. Chris Lowell trying to get a hand on this one. Above average Joe helping it back defensively. Slippin' Johnny here with it now. Behind his own goal line, starts the charge. Throws that one off the far side wall. Here's Coffee with it now. Shot made. Near side, that one goes out to Joe. Jack's pressuring. Finds his way all the way back to the neutral zone. Here's Slippin' Johnny with it now. Pass over to Joe. Centering feed. Stopped there by Pierre on the near side face-off circle. Back to the point. Joe out in front. Not able to find that one into the pocket of Mullen Coffee. Slippin' Johnny, the captain of the Tri-State Titans, finds his way back to the far side. Here's Jax. Down low. Pierre gives pursuit. Here's Johnny. Coffee. Pulling. Shooting save made by Jax. Jax going up to the near side wall. Chris Lowell looking for this wraparound attempt. Doesn't like what he sees. Sends this one. That was the defensive side, wasn't it? Maybe these colors are a little confusing. Above average Joe down low in the O-zone. Finds Mullen Coffee out in the slot. Not able to get that shot on target, though, for the one-timer. He keeps the pressure alive, though. The cycle continues on the far side for the Titans. Jack's going over the hands of Pierre. Nice stick check there by Mullen Coffee. Shot made by Joe going wide off to the near side. Here's Mullen Coffee back over to Joe. Stick check there by Jax. Finds himself off the far side bank pass. Here's Pierre shooting, scoring! And he makes it 3-1. Carolina doesn't shoot often, but when they do, it's made a goal every single time here in the matchup here tonight. 3:33 to go here in the second. 3-1 our score. Chris, forehand shot rather. Defended there by Slippin' Johnny between the hash marks. Too high to be a save. Slippin' Johnny, centering feed. Off the bottom of the tip of the stick of Mullen Coffee. Here's Slippin' Johnny. Fans on the back pass. Wanted it down the boards. They'll get it after a moment, but the defense was privy to it. Here's Chris. Slippin' Johnny going off to the near side wall. Further into the Tri-State zone. Mullen Coffee throws that one to Slippin' Johnny. Has a little bit of elbow room. Pass down to Joe. Joe Poling passing. Shot made twice by Mullen Coffee. Defended by Pierre back in the crease. Beautiful stuff from the Carolina defense here tonight. Joe leans top side. Here's Mullen Coffee with it now. And pass over to Slippin' Johnny. To Joe. Out in front, stopped there by Jax. Here's Jax with it now. Pass over to Pierre. Pierre backhand feed. Looking for Chris on the far side. Off the defense. Chris regaining composure. Goes corner to corner defensively to the near side. Well, here's Jax with it now. Jax to Pierre. Pierre. 2:26 to go here in the second. They got a 2-goal lead, looking to make it 3. Slippin' Johnny, making sure that doesn't happen. Takes the puck away, looks top side. Cuts it to the near. Mullen Coffee looks to feed that one along the far side corner, but nobody's there. Take advantage of that with Chris to Pierre. Through the neutral zone, back over to Chris. Back to the point, Jax. Jax down off the wall, goes off the hands of Chris. He'll have to fight for it against Johnny. That one plings its way loose back to the Carolina zone. Jax here takes advantage. Here's Pierre. Trying to work with it, trying to lean with it, trying to nurn on it. Goes off to the hands of Chris. Shot defended there by Slippin' Johnny down to Joe. Joe out in front, not able to find anyone to sing that song. Mullen Coffee will sling that one wide off to the far side. Joe with a shot. Nice stop there by Pierre on the block. He gets it back out to the neutral zone. The defense resets here for Carolina. Jack's very high out there in the point. Here's Joe Poling back over to Mullen Coffee. Jack slowly working his way back to the 3 position. Good defensive adaptation there. Pierre looking for the leading pass to Chris. If that made contact off the side of the head, it might have been a deflection on. But what will never be will never happen. It's stopped there by Jax yet again. Joe gets that one over to Mullen Coffee. Pierre there plays a little bit of physicality on the far side face-off circle. Knocks it loose. Here's Jax with it now over to Chris. Chris, leading pass, led him too far. Here's Pierre. Tries to get fancy with it. Maybe he wanted a panhandle for a centering feed to Chris, which would have been one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen. But once again, didn't happen. 3-1 our score still. Jax hugs the post, makes a save. Leading pass here is Jax. A lot of elbow room. Shot made. Chris there hounds him for the puck. Saved there by Johnny. First of the game, I think, here for Tri-State. Flipping Johnny off the far side window, finds Joe down low. Poling shooting, not able to find the fadeaway. Jax was well aware of what was happening there. Read that like a Dr. Seuss book. Chris with a shot, he scores, and he makes it 4-1. Good neutral zone transition. A lot of the time, the team with the better transition game oftentimes wins the matchup, but not always. 30 seconds to go. But so far, the team with the better transition does have the lead. See if the pressure from Tri-State can pay some dividends here in the second. With 20 seconds to go. On Coffee, stopped there by Pierre. Here's Jax picking up the mantle. 10 seconds remain. Joe tries a sword challenge with him. Just tries to win that duel. Pierre off Chris. Chris Poling gets some separation, but not enough to get the shot lane to open up, and that's the end of the second. 4-1 our score. Carolina walking away with the lead a bit there in the second period of action here in the Fortress. 9 shots to 1, Tri-State's offensive efforts. 5 shots to 4, Carolina's. Chris with a hat trick so far here tonight. Pierre with the other goal to make up the total of 4. Jax with 6 of the team's 8 saves on the defensive side. Mullen Coffee. Sorry, the game kind of bugged me out. I don't know what I was looking at. 6 ready to rock, 6 ready to roll. We're getting down to business here in the third. On the right side, it's the Tri-State Titans. On the left side, it's the Carolina Bassmasters in the teal. Joe with a shot. That one goes off the body of the defenseman, but it finds what it loves the most. An above-average Joe able to follow his shot, stay on the rebound path. Don't know if he read it. Don't know if it was the luck of the Irish, but either way, it floats. It's 4-2. Here's Jax. Taking this time for Carolina. They have done all the talking they need to win this hockey game. It's whether or not they need a little bit more insurance is up to the Tri-State's ability to push the ozone, get the puck in deep and pucks to the net. Here's Pierre's shot made. Looking for the dome of Chris LOL on that layup. Here's here taking it up from the back wall. Finds his way back to the point. Here's Jackson on the near side. Flopped loose by Mullen Coffee. Leading pass. Shot made. Scoring. Pierre. Great pass down low. Chris able to find his way through the traffic somehow, some way. By any means necessary. 3 goals back the difference. Carolina up 5-2 here in the third. Chris down low. Pass out to the point. A little bit behind Pierre. Jax will take it up back in his own defensive end. Here's Joe. Centering feet. Mullen Coffee not able to get it to go. The pass hit his hip instead of the stick. Not much you can do in that situation. Challenged. Jax playing with fire on that breakout attempt. That was getting burned, though. Get off the back end. Mullen Coffee tries to free that one up on the far side blue line. Here's Chris with it now. Back down low over to Jax. Back top side. Look for Chris. Mullen Coffee. Going over to above average Joe. Here's Jax with it now. Mullen Coffee not able to get that one on target. Here's Pierre. Pierre open for Jax to read ahead of the play a little bit, but he's a defenseman. He's thinking about stopping the puck, not committing some offense. Here's slipping Johnny to Mullen Coffee. Chris here takes it up. Back on the defensive side. Tries to preserve possession here for the Carolina Bassmasters, under siege by this back check from the Titans' end. Joe, top side, stopped by Chris. Back down low. Jax here for Carolina. Gets this one out to Pierre. Pierre, backhand shot. That one's going wide. Here's Chris. Stopped there by Mullen Coffee to keep it along the board. Shot made. I don't know how he found a way to get that one through. Jax with an absolute scorcher from the far side point. Able to backhand that one through. I don't know how. I don't know any possibility that makes sense to me as a player, but as a caster, that looked pretty darn pretty. 3:02 to go here in the third. The gap is now 4. Joe, backhand shot goes off to the near side. You're slipping Johnny with it now. Johnny, near side face-off circle, cuts that one to the far side. Here's Joe. It's a little above average, might I also add. Jax. Off the forehand over to Pierre. Pierre shot made far side and wide. Slipping Johnny lets it go out in front. Oh no, he misjudged it. He was misguided. Wasn't sure quite what to think. English is hard. 7-2 to score. I'm just going to stick to the number game. Carolina walking away with the game here in the third period of action. They have not been stopped all but once in their shot attempts so far here tonight. Looking Johnny, down low to Joe. Joe out in front. Mullen Coffee with a shot blocked away there by Jax. Here's Chris on the far side wall, in trouble. Able to find that back pass lane over to Jax. Trying to get this one away from the opposition. Molenkoff pressured by Pierre. Pops its way loose through the crease of the Carolina zone. Back out to the neutral zone. Here's Slippin' Johnny against Chris as they duel with the sticks. Johnny, near side Joe. Joe with a shot, hits the side of the cage, gets his own rebound, carries that one to the far side. Centering feed, Molenkoff with a shot, goes near side and wide. If we just had the net like 9 yards to the near side in the Carolina zone, I feel like we'd be closer to a tie game right now. Slippin' Johnny, the first man back on a loose puck. Able to save a goal from Carolina. Getting this one down low, under the stick of Molenkoff. Top side, here's Jax for Carolina. Leading pass over to Chris, on target. It's the post, not able to find its way through the uprights. His fourth defenseman coming out in a big way here for Tri-State. Jax to Chris. Chris off the backhand, then the forehand. Pass out to Pierre. Pierre pulling. Not able to dance the disco here tonight. Here's Joe with it. Goes off to Pierre. Joe gets it right back. Jack's getting a piece of that one, trying to just clog up the lane as much as possible. 1 minute 20 to go here in regulation. 5 goals the gap. Carolina just sitting comfy right now, just holding on to it. There's a 10-goal mercy roll. If the gap ever hits a gap of 10 between these two teams, we call it early, we go home. Flippin' Johnny back on the defensive side, tries the leading pass over to Joe, not able to get past Pierre as he lobs that to the far side wall. Slippin' Johnny out to the slot. Here's Molenkoff. He tries to get fancy with it with the mace dangle. If you're old enough to remember when that term was coined. Molenkoff down low over to above average Joe. Joe with a forehand shot, not able to get that one away. Molenkoff to Joe, not able to connect. Good defense there by Chris. Having 2 defensemen out there on the ice for Carolina, this composition is exactly what would defeat Tri-State. They're a team about offense, they're a team about transition, they're a team about the passing game. And whenever you have 2 players like Jax and Chris LOL that know how to play 3, makes it a lot harder, I would wager. The shots are finally even. The score is definitely not. Carolina put another notch into the belt here tonight, here in the third. 24 seconds remaining. Feel like this deal has been sealed. Joe with a lengthy lead down to the near side. Here's Chris with an out. Out to Joe. Almost finds him. A lot of heat on that pass, though. Very hard to contain. Don't know anybody outside of maybe Milk and Yager to contain that one. Molenkoff off the back end. Slippin' Johnny thought the puck was lower, but it wasn't. The camera played a factor in that shot attempt. But either way, that's the end of the ball game. 8-2 the final score. Carolina able to take a win off the Tri-State Titans. It's taking sole property of that first place in the Pro Division here this season. Tri-State 12 shots, 2 goals. Carolina 9 shots, 8 goals. Able to get the better side of the chances here tonight. Had the better side of the blocks. They were way faster to the challenge. That's how you can read the block shots, is how fast are you to a shot attempt. Does it get to your crease? It's a save. If it's before a crease, it's a block. And Carolina really clogged up that neutral zone game. They really did not want them to have the puck for more than they had to have it. 3 goals for Chris, 3 goals for Pierre, 2 for Jax, for Carolina's total of 8, and 12 of the 25 block shots and 8 of the 10 saves for Carolina were made by Jax. Beautiful defensive effort out there. Looking to make his name known for Defensive Player of the Week. We'll see if he's able to attain that at the end of Sunday. Above average Joe, the only goal scorer on the Tri-State Titans side, had 2 of the team's 2, had 7 of the team's 12 shots. And the only save coming from Slippin' Johnny's hands. Does Slippin' Johnny have the most possession time? 59 seconds? No, he's outdone by Jax, the defenseman from Carolina. What shocks me about these stat lines? 12 seconds of possession time from Chris and Pierre. I feel like Chris had it way more than that. But possession time is lone possession of the puck. Nobody can touch you. That's when your timer starts. As soon as you can no longer touch the puck, or someone can touch you or the puck, that timer pauses. It's 59 seconds for Slippin' Johnny, minute 7 out there for Jax. Good stuff from both sides of the ice. But nonetheless, that'll be the end of this matchup. Thank you for tuning into the Carolina Tri-State game. We got one more here tonight before the night has concluded here on the SPL Network. Coming up at 10 o'clock, it's the Schenectady Superstars taking on the New England Stars. The battle of space and time and the continuum, some might even say. We'll be right back after a short break. Thank you for tuning into the SPL Network. My name is Darth Sill. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.